You win hundreds of millions of dollars on a Powerball, and a week later, nobody can find you. No phone calls, no social media, no sightings, just a winning ticket, a drained bank account, and a trail of people who swear you were terrified before you disappeared. This is the story of the luckiest loser in America and the chilling scam that might have made him vanish. So let's see the scene. A guy who call him Daniel isn't found, isn't a famous, he's not a celebrity, he's just a regular dude working long shifts, barely keeping up very rent. And every once in a while he buys a Powerball ticket, just like everyone else who thinks it will never be me. But what if? Then one night, the impossible happens. The numbers match, all of them. Overnight, he goes from overdraft fees and late notices to bring the newest multimillionaire in the country. Crews are waiting. The lottery office is calling. Everyone he is ever known is suddenly texting. Hey man, remember me? But here's where it gets weird. Before the cameras ever get their big interview, before the state can even parade him as the never poster child for winning, Big Daniel vanishes. No cashes him, no press conference, no smiling photo with a gain check, just silence. And what happens next? That's where the story takes a dark turn. You know, at first, everyone assumes he is just hiding out. Lottery winners go off the radar all the time. Some get lawyers, some move, some try to stay anonymous. But in Daniel's case, the silence is just privacy. It feels like fear. His sister says he called her the night he realized he is won. He was shaking. He kept repeating, "They are not gonna let me keep this. Something wrong." This feels like a setup. That's what setup sticks with her because Daniel wasn't just getting calls from friends. Within hours of numbers being announced, his phone starts blowing up with unknown numbers, for official soundings, voicemails, and emails that looks like they came from the lottery, the IRS, even from the law firms he would never heard of. All of them saying the same thing: "We are here to help you claim your money. You just need to do this one thing fast. Wire this fee, sign this form, share this personal information." If that sounds familiar, it's because scammers in the US literally build entire operations around lottery winners and fake lottery promises, calling, texting, and emailing people with too good to be true officers offers the and in the emptied bank accounts. And Daniel he's never had this kind of money. He doesn't know who is real and who is hunting him. A few days later, his bank flags unusual activity, multiple wire transfers, new accounts, large sums amounts in and out, like someone is trying to wash the money before anyone can trace it. But here's the catch: Daniel hasn't even claimed the full jackpot yet. Officially, he hasn't taken a lump sum, hasn't done the press conference. So, where is all this money coming from? His best friend says Daniels mentioned a private consultant who reached out, claiming to specialize is helping lottery winners stay anonymous. According to the story, the consultant already knew what state he lived in and where he bought the ticket, and even last four digits of his social security number. How would they know that? His friends asked, unless they were legit. But what happened next shocked everyone because after Daniel met with this so-called consultant in person, just once he stopped responding the messages. No receipts, no call returned, nothing. The only thing that kept moving was the move money. And Daniel's family goes to the police. They get the same line at first: may he just doesn't want to talk to you. But weeks go by, bills go unpaid, his car is still in the same spot, his apartment looks like he walked out for coffee and never came back. That's when investigators finally step in. They start digging through his accounts, his messages, his emails. They find fake lottery support emails, phishing links, and contracts that looks legit until he read the finest point: classic scam tickets used in real lottery and sweepstakes fraud cases. And urgent. Your Powerball winnings require immediate action. Inside, it explains that because of a technical issue and potential dispute, Daniel needs to move his temporary payout into a safe third party trust account while lawyers sort the things out. All he has to do is sign and send everything he has. And the account he supposedly needs to send it to registered overseas, fake business addresses, throw away phone numbers. The digital fingerprint screams scam. This is where the story takes a dark turn because they by the time investigators trace that account, most of the money is gone and Daniel still missing. And the most part of the story is here where it gets even more disturbing. Neighbors report seeing an unfamiliar car parked outside his building the week after the numbers were drawn. Same cars every night, lights off, engine idling. His co-workers remembers he coming into works one last time just to clear out his desk, not like someone who is rich and happy, someone like who knows he is about to disappear one way or another. He told to coworker, I thought winning would fix everything. I didn't realize it just painted a target on my back. Nobody expected police found next. While combining through a surveillance footage from nearby businesses, they finally spot Daniel. Not with family, not with lawyer, but getting into some unfamiliar car. He doesn't look forced. He doesn't look kidnapped. He looks resigned, like he is going along with someone and something he doesn't fully trust because he doesn't see another opinion. And after that, there is a gap. Hours are now unaccounted for. No cameras angles, no cell signals, and then nothing. And middle of the story, to this day, there are three main theories people argue about the scam theory. He pulled into a professional scam operation that specializes into targeting lottery winners, draining their money and making them disappear financially so nobody can trace the cash. Some people believe he staged his own vanishing, moving the money, changing his identity, starting over somewhere else because he didn't trust the system, the attention, or the people suddenly trying to control his life. Others think someone close to him, someone who knew his habits, passwords, fears helped scammers go to get him, then walked away with a cut. No matter which theory you believe, no one thing is clear. The moment Daniel's numbers came upon the Powerball screen, his life stopped because he's won. A lot of us joke about if I win the lottery, you will never see me again. But Daniel's story flips that. He won and nobody ever saw him again. Not in the way they hoped. Money didn't solve everything. It magnified his problems, attracted predators, and gave scammers a perfect target. And the scariest part, most of the tactics used on him are the same tactics people use every day on regular folks who never even bought a winning ticket. So here the question I want to leave you with. If you hit a massive Powerball jackpot tomorrow, would you go public? Would you disappear? And do you think the system does enough to protect winners from scammers, fake consultants, and all the people cycling like sharks the second those numbers go live? Drop your thoughts in a comment. Share this video with the friends who always say, if I win, I am gone. And if you want more real life scam stories, mysteries, and American true crime breakdowns like this, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications because in a real world where anybody can become rich overnight, sometimes it must dangerous they can do is win. Thank you very much for watching this video.